Hello and welcome on the road to chaos. I am Shadak Shademore, your game master and host for this evening. Today we have a little bit of an interesting episode actually, because we have a new Shadowrunner joining the fray. Please welcome my dear friend Bulldozer, who will be playing the character
Hi.
of Sidewinder.
And I am Major Dude Strong, and I shall be playing Bastion, as usual.
Indeed. So, Sidewinder, we will get to what your character looks like, acts like in a moment. As we will jump straight into RP from the point of view of Bastion to start off with. Bastion, it's been a week or two since you were with the team last, and jobs are being a bit on the low side. Oh, by the way, dog, cute thing. Um, yeah. So it's been a couple of weeks, and it's been a little bit low on the decent jobs, but you've kept your rent up. You're happy.
A lot of crappy jobs, like, guarding a particularly rich guy, or taking care of some mail.
Pretty much.
Like, at one point I had to clean somebody's house.
Mostly courier jobs. You find.
Mostly courier jobs. Some really weird courier jobs, though, like...
Yeah.
Some from the red light district, and it wasn't very nice.
Yeah. Pretty much. So one dark and stormy night. Not really. Just one normal night in London, which might as well be dark because of its smog.
You can't make it dark and stormy because there's enough angst around Bastion as it is.
Yep, that is true. That is very true. Bastion, you come back to the garage, of which is your home and the place where you're quite all right there, Tease. She's got a cold.
Join
Where
the club.
you find you come home to your garage. I assume you go looking for your darling Sheruta.
Yeah.
So where do you look for her?
Garage first, as usual.
So you look around. Her giant pipe wrench is missing.
Okay, so she's taken her wrench somewhere. That's not very nice. I look around on the worktops to search for any signs of anything weird going on. Because this isn't normal. She usually leaves it when she's in the house.
So you come to the desktop, and
Oh, your dog's fine. It's okay.
yeah, I think she wants to get down.
All right.
There you go. Hi everyone, this is Teasel, the cute thing. There you go. There you go. There you go, Fluff. Dog owner first.
Bulldozer, by the way, if you can put yourself on push to talk, that'd be wonderful.
So yes.
If I could, I would.
Yeah. So yeah, you do find a note from Sheruta. It's in a rather hastily scribbled hand,
Okay.
saying that she's gone south side to fix a vehicle for a man named Romeo. She has put an address down.
I know the guy, yeah.
But that's where she's gone.
I mean, I was hardly awake when I knew the guy, but I knew the guy.
Yeah. So that's where she's gone.
Okay, so I do know she's around. That's good.
Yeah. So
Okay, slightly relieved. I'm going to go... I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea.
nice. So
Using the remainder of the blend I had last night.
you have definitely got enough tea to do that. You basically make yourself a flask, and you do get a cool.
Stamps my belt.
And after a few sips, just as you literally just finished making that flask of tea, Sheruta calls you.
Nani? Moshi, Bastion this.
Hey, sweetie. Yeah, did you get my note?
Yes.
Yeah. I seem to be having a little bit of trouble with this vehicle, and I seem to have forgotten the right pipe wrench. I brought my other one.
Oh, I see.
Any chance you could bring my toolbox down?
This is uncharacteristically like you, but yes.
Thank you.
And I go and grab it, and I pick it up, and I begin making my way out after locking the door, getting a backpack and filling it with some basic tea, food, that sort of stuff. Some basic rations I can either eat or give to Sheruta.
That's fair. You do head over.
Lunch.
Yeah. Well, it's about it's around sort of 8 in the evening. It's quite late. But you head over to south side. It's not much
I'm
better.
wearing my running suit, by the way.
To be honest, I kind of gather usually for you it's usually a running
Yeah,
suit.
it's usually what I wear, just making sure you're aware in case you will have to need to make any armor calculation.
Always a good plan. Dear anyone who knew, always make sure the GM is perfectly aware of what you carry. Otherwise, they may assume the worst.
Otherwise, you're not carrying it.
Indeed.
Basically, it's like D&D. Unless you specifically state, I'm using this, wearing this, so on and so forth. Unless it's not part of your normal gear, then it will be presumed to be not with you.
Precisely.
So, just to avoid retconning.
Also, to avoid the DM from being evil. Because that's kind of
Yeah,
your
that
job.
too. That's a regular thing.
So you get over there, and it's south side, so it's pretty run down. It's not quite as bad as west side, so you haven't got the massive towers of corrugated
Metal.
iron. But you've got but it's sort of half burned out flats. It's concrete buildings. South of the river tends to be a lot worse than north of the river.
Yeah.
You do come to you haven't been here before, but the address that she's given you, it's sort of a bit of a dingy area. It's a bit of a
I'm immediately alert, and I'm going to be making regular checks to check if there's anything around me.
That's fair. Feel free to make a perception check whenever you like. But you're walking through. There are various different gangs in this area, as you immediately see. You do spot a few of the regulars. There's even a little bit of Moon gang around here. They haven't got a strong presence, but you can tell that they're here.
I nod and I say, hello. They know me probably from having talked to their boss previously. So I'm just kind of like, hello. And I keep making my way out.
They don't respond to you, but they sort of give you just a slight nod. And you find, as you get there, you find a sort of half shot to pieces van parked outside of a building, which just has bits of blood, bits of.
I'm going to check this as well. This is very sus.
Oh yeah. So
You've killed Sheruta.
Oh, I haven't killed Sheruta. Not yet.
If you've killed the one person I finally scored with, then I'm going to kill you.
Not yet. That'd be too easy. But you do. So you do look at the van and
Let's go full Batman.
And you see sort of a sort of scrawled red cross on the outside. And you see there's a lot of bullet wounds. There's a few scrapes along the side. It's seen quite a war. And underneath underneath the bonnet, you can see you can just about see chains, obviously used not quite for snow but for muddy terrain. And the most noticeable thing to you is
chains as in loose chains.
As in sort of a snow chain type thing.
Oh, on the tires.
Yeah, on the tires. And the most noticeable thing to you, Bastion, is a short Japanese girl leaning into the engine block and swearing profusely.
I kind of... Actually, I'm going to stealth.
Go on. No, you stealth. And because you stealthed not too bad, actually, he also managed to avoid the various bits of pipe and metal that Sheruta is just flinging over her shoulder.
Yeah, fling over her shoulder. Yeah, I'm just like.
She doesn't see
yeah.
you.
I kind of sneak up till I'm about 10 foot away, then drop the toolbox really loudly and go, "Put your hands in your air!" And then when she turns around, I have my hands up with finger guns like.
You surprised her. I'm going to check that what she does next.
Dodge check, guys. If I get a critical fail on this is a wrench to the balls again, isn't it?
I was going to say, does Bastion want to have children in the future? Because
no, it's just I do this regularly. Like I don't do it in her workshop because I know she has a pipe wrench, her big pipe wrench.
You can make a reaction test if you like.
I will. Just straight reaction.
Yep.
One hit.
She turns in because she knows the area she's in is dodgy, and
Yeah.
you just shouted really loudly behind her, and she turns and with an expert arm flings a spanner at you, and it sort of smacks you directly on the forehead.
I deserve that, but it was totally worth it. As I go to the ground.
Dear God, you've got to stop doing that. You're lucky.
I'm sorry, but your reaction and face is too priceless.
You're lucky that it wasn't Lily that I hit you with. She picks up her giant pipe wrench.
I knew you weren't going to throw Lily.
I would if it was somebody else, but I wasn't using her.
Somebody else wouldn't have been able to stealth so close. I'm like literally 10 feet from her now. And I get up, grab the toolbox, and inside the toolbox is actually a packed lunch that I've made earlier.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be hungry as well.
Aw, that's so sweet. Just at this moment, a gentleman brushes past your back, sort of slightly knocking you, and rushes into Romeo's place.
I immediately go and follow him. One moment, dear.
So yeah, Sidewinder, you rush into Romeo's place, and you've got a small child in your arms. You've been told that you've got priority, that he knows you're coming. This gentleman, he walks out to you. He's quite smart looking. He doesn't look right for the area. He's got a really nice white lab coat on that he's obviously using for doctoring.
Is his last name Montague?
No, it's not Montague. And he sort of ushers you forwards, and taking the child in his arms, he rushes back towards the surgery, doing a waiting hand to you.
Okay, I'll stop and wait.
So he goes behind a set of doors, and obviously starts working to try and save the child's life. As you walk in, Bastion, you see Sidewinder. Describe yourself.
You see a dwarf.
Finally.
He's wearing like kind of sort of. He looks like he's wearing sort of a suit. He looks fairly well dressed, except for the fact that the suit has quite a few holes in it that look like they may have been caused by bullets or other various weapons. It's got sort of like specks of blood on his face. You're not sure if it's his or somebody else's. He's got sort of shortish hair. Might look a bit like this. And kind of a sort of fairly well-tailored beard. Not the traditional massive beard of dwarves.
No, like kind of like a one with a swirl and like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That is who you see. You also see quite a bit of blood on the suit arms.
Okay. And I kind of knock on the wall a little bit. And I go, "Your child?"
I turned to look at him. And was like,
Up to now, I'm being silent, so you probably didn't notice me come in.
okay. So I will turn to look at him rather sharply. You see my hand sort of disappear inside my jacket. I was like, not mine.
Your hand. Is it injured?
My hand's just fine, thanks.
Then why'd you hide it inside your jacket?
Well, I'm not a big fan of people sneaking up on me.
Then you are less aware than I thought. Truly, that might explain the wounds you have.
A small girl.
Are you alright?
I'll live.
A small girl comes in through one of the side doors. She's maybe about 12, 13, with the most purple hair you have ever seen. She seems to be extremely focused right now and regards the both of you, each of you trying to work out who you are. And as she spots you two, her hair goes slightly dark blue.
Do not be threatened by us.
What's your names?
Bastion.
Sidewinder.
Ah yes, we were expecting you. Romeo's doing well with him. You're lucky that you've found someone who knows our number so quickly.
Oh, I got a tip
Does
off.
he know Sheruta?
You don't know, and you're not allowed to ask that sort of question. Boop. But no, he doesn't. Yeah, she sort of goes to you and sort of sits you down on one of the side benches, which obviously for somewhat less major injuries, and goes to try and treat your wounds, so to speak. Do you actually let her?
Well, that would be sensible. Machoism would only get me so far. And then they would get infected and I'd die.
I would likely tell you to stop being a baby if you tried to resist.
She is a 12-year-old girl who's trying to do medicine on you.
So, yeah, I will sit down and let blue hair fix my wounds.
She has mood hair, doesn't she? She does, yeah.
Yep, but I'm not going to tell you what they mean. You've got to work that out for yourself.
No, I'm fully aware.
But yeah, she gets out her medical kit and she tries to do medicine on you, and she does very well.
Experimental medicine.
She does very well.
Here, take these steroids.
You see her sort of. She sort of deftly sort of lifts the suit where the bullet hole is, and starts basically starts stitching you up, but before that she sort of manages to get the bullet out in a sort of one swift motion. Whilst it is painful, because she's doing this without anaesthetic and extremely quickly, she is actually a lot more skilled than you probably would have taken her for. And she quickly sews up the wound and sterilizes it. There.
Thank you.
That should hold.
The world could use one doctors like you.
I've been around a while, my friend.
You're like 13.
She smirks and bald-faced laughs. Yeah, a lot of people think that. Yes. Is that a...
Holy shit, she's a model.
A what?
Nothing.
She sort of walks up to you and she goes, "What? Honestly, don't worry your sweet little head about it. I'm sure I can,
I'm literally larger than you.
Doesn't mean you should
How can she call me little? I'm so confused. What, Nanny?
Size isn't everything.
Oh, I'm sure you would say that, little man.
not exactly the best at making friends, are you, my dear? Fortunately, I have a far thicker skin than I look.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying that to him. And I point towards
Yes, but
the guy.
offend a client to
Can
offend
I
me.
just shoot him, please?
Offend a client to offend me. Watch out. And she sort of, but she sort of is still smiling. She finds you amusing.
Bastion is looking amused as well. He's like, this kid, what? Might be mortal, but still looks like a kid, and it's hilarious to him. Like how this other small man got tended by an equally small person.
But yeah, her hair goes back to purple. And she sort of looks out the door and she goes, "Do you need anything, dear?" No, I'm fine. My dear came along. Oh, this one. And looks at you, Bastion.
Yes, you'd be surprised.
I've seen
Turns
weirder.
out I'm better making friends than you think.
I've seen weirder. She shrugs, and
I'm sure you have.
And goes off to find Romeo. Goes into the back, and she leaves you two alone again.
My apologies. That was hilarious. And he's trying to hold back laughing right now, and he's just
Laugh it up, Chuckles.
That is a new one. Although I do not dislike it. You may keep calling me Chuckles.
Right, okay.
And I'm gonna head outside and go to Shadowrun.
Yeah.
I presume my work here is done.
Romeo does end up coming out. He speaks to you, Sidewinder, going, "The kid will live. We've managed to stabilize him. He'll need to stay here for a couple of days. I hope that your friend will be okay with this."
I don't see why not.
Very well. Also, I've seen your type before, and he looks to both you and sort of points the sound towards your back, Bastion, as you're walking out.
Of course you've seen me before. You literally saved my life.
I thought I recognized that hand. But
Do
yes.
not speak about my hands.
Anyway, if you are looking for a little bit, I don't have a lot, but if you're looking for a bit of money, I have a little bit of work for you.
I'm listening.
You in?
I'm short on cash. So, yeah, I'll listen.
That's not the only thing you're short on. I've got tons of these.
The little girl comes out as well and stands next to Romeo. Romeo is this significantly taller
I know.
gentleman, elf. A very good looking chap actually, and she's
Also
quite pretty.
Sidewinder. You don't have to worry about Bastion being a dick. He's like this to everyone he first meets, so it's okay.
Oh no.
He's actually on speaking terms with the wolf now, which is nice.
Progress.
So, the job I have in mind for you, we need somebody to acquire extra equipment. We know that the hospital royal has a couple of dumps around the city, which would be filled up within the day if anything went wrong with it, so they wouldn't miss any equipment that went missing. Due to the ever so delightful wisdom of our dear government, it's very difficult for me to acquire the things I need for my clinic. Would you be willing to get these?
Do you know what kind of affiliations this area has? Gang members? in particular?
All of them. This is Southside. Southside is it's not it's not West Side, but
I've lived here for a year. I'm aware of the fact that there are gangs here.
it's a pretty even territory. The territory is pretty much understood as no man's
Neutral
land.
ground.
Yeah. There's a few that like to pretend that they're bigger than everyone else, but in reality, any move to collect on the territory is quickly squashed by
I do
multiple gangs.
have a single question.
Mhm.
Do you know anything about the man called Sparkles?
Yes, I do. I treat several of his fighters.
Could you indulge me?
What do you want to know?
Does he have any direct affiliation with the Yakuza?
He's got
Are
affiliation
they
with everyone.
domestically acquainted?
He's businessly. He's got business with pretty much any and every gang, but he holds loyalty to none.
I see. I'll have to speak to him afterwards then.
Be on your best behaviour, and I suggest you reduce the sassy jokes as much as.
I've met the man, and I know.
Good. Then you know. You know the make of the man. That's good.
Somewhat.
So I don't, as I say, on the job. I don't have a lot of money to give you. This is a street clinic, but I can either give you 1,000 new yen each, or I can make your next visit here free, bar any cyber bioware, which would have to be access.
If he's making our next trip here free, does that mean we can go get modifications free?
Apart from bioware and cyberware, so you couldn't get cyber. He would do the work.
I was like, those things are really expensive, so I was like,
Basically, he would do the work, like his time to do the work.
But you'd have to buy the part.
Yes. Yeah, nice try.
Okay. I might as well.
Yeah. As I say, if this deal is good for you, there's only one stipulation. My companion here, Echo, must come with you.
Wait, the small one.
Yes.
Well, no, I got to sound by that, not you, her.
Yes, the small one.
I'm fully aware that she's probably quite capable, but is she combat ready?
She sort of sighs deeply. You get the feeling
It's a reasonable question.
You get the feeling that she hears this a lot.
Look, I'm not saying it as an insult. I'm being serious here.
I know.
I don't want you getting hurt.
I know you are. And she sort of looks to her hands, and you see these rather vicious looking knucks on both her fists. And she just sort of looks at you with this sort of look of, really, do I have to go through this again? But she turns to you and goes, I'm required because unless you know a lot about medicine, you will not know what you need to steal.
I'm not saying that. I'm making sure you don't get hurt, and that I don't have to play security detail for another person again.
No. I'm sure I'll be fine.
It's a mere question. I mean, no offense by it.
If I need to run, I shall run. Tito wants to go out. Hold
Understood. On. And she ran!
Lazy dog. I love that pup, really.
It's a dog, it can't open.
I left it open for her.
Yes, but it has to be a big enough like gap for the dog to get through, because dogs can be quite chubby.
Especially her. But yeah, she gives you a nod, and she's like, I'm quite a capable person. I've been doing this longer than you have. I would wager.
I would think so. I'm not a medical professional.
No, I mean, this, and she sort of indicates to you and to Sidewinder.
Oh, you're a Shadowrunner.
In a way.
Very well. Lead the way.
So, Romeo just sort of turns to her and sort of goes, "Be well, all right. Don't get yourself killed, all right. I'll be fine. Don't you worry. I'll be."
Are you two?
And she just goes, and she just laughs and sort of pats him on the cheek and just walks straight out without answering you.
Good luck with that one. And leave us all.
I presume you come along, Sidewinder?
Yeah, why not? Sounds like fun. I'm curious to see what this blue-haired lady can do.
Not always blue, mind you.
That is true.
Regular status checks. What colour is her hair right now? When she patted him on the cheek.
It's kind of it was sort of a much more bright. It was more vivid purple, like it's gone much brighter purple.
So that's her. Oh, okay.
Right
Insight check.
Right now she's in. She's got a blue hair, and it's gone a little bit. It's got like little white glittery bits in it. Was that an insight check?
Yeah, I was checking up on her.
You haven't got a clue.
No.
She is quite.
I'm just like,
she's quite stoic.
Bastion and romance don't mix anyway, so.
She's quite stoic faced. To you, she looks like a 12, 13-year-old girl. Maybe Romeo's her dad. Maybe it's her uncle.
Seems to be more behind it. Yeah, I would know that from what she said. There's more behind it. Then she's not obviously a kid. She might be some sort of elf or something.
Well, you definitely know she's an elf, but
yeah,
even by your knowledge, due to you knowing Sheruta, you would know that a 13-year-old girl looks 13-year-old, and a 20-year-old generally looks 20. It's when they get to about sort of 30 that they start to sort of keep looking 30.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is she may have had her aging process stopped earlier or something like that.
Maybe.
So that's what I'm thinking generally right now. Like, but she does look like that, is what I'm gathering. So, you know.
Yeah. You pass Sheruta, and she sort of swings her Lily over to you and goes, "Remember, don't surprise me again." And
I don't know. Your face is too priceless. I might risk it.
She just raises her eyebrow at you and sort of swings. She swings the pipe wrench at you and like stops it about a millimeter from your face and goes,
"Oh no!"
And says, "It's a shame that your face is too pretty too." And she waves. She waves
as I walk away.
She waves at Echo, which is the name of the little girl. Bye, Echo.
So I went and walks past like bloody lovers.
Basically, just Echo just sort of does the over-the-shoulder wave as she carries on walking.
I kind of do that. You know when? Has anybody here seen Cowboy Bebop?
No.
No, basically when the character looks over his shoulder and like it looks over his shoulder, and I do that and blow it because I'm like, and walk off.
Sappy mofo. So yeah. So I don't know. You have been dragged on yet another mission.
Come on, somebody give me a break here.
That bullet wound of yours, it smarts, but she's done a good job. I'm not gonna make you count for any wound modifiers because she's done a really good job. But it's properly bruised type feeling you've got there.
I have a bruise.
Wounded. So unless you guys want to ask her any questions on the way to the facility, or are you just gonna be stoic and silent for the entire ride?
Bastion is. Do I get like any map features on my like Metalink or anything?
Yes, you can open up your map.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna open up my map and find like the nearest attractions towards where I usually live.
I know where they normally are, and and where you are, you can quite easily get the underground tube, and you've got the vacuum tube, which will get you most places in London pretty fast. It depends on where you want to go. You've got the London Eye, that's still around. It's got even more garish and neon lights up on it.
So I just sent you a picture of what it usually looks like, what I was just doing.
Yeah.
This is more like the shoulder sort of.
Yeah, well, she's just sort of. Her hair's gone glittery white.
No, I do ask her a question.
Go for it.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you. I do ask her a question. I go, so evidently there's more to you than meets the eye. Mind informing me about that?
Depends on what you want to know.
How old really are you?
You're not supposed to ask a lady her age.
I'm not supposed to ask a lot of things, but we're in the business of doing so.
Why do you want to know my age? Her hair goes...
It will give me insight into what you've really done.
Her hair goes dark blue.
I'm not trying to be rude.
I don't think you are being rude. I think you're being nosy, but not rude.
I'm a curious folk. It's what I do.
I know. I remember the river incident. Let's just say I'm definitely old enough to be your mother. And she smirks, and...
You're 123?
You're not that old.
Okay. He takes a lot of things literally, like at face value. So yeah, there's a lot you guys don't know about Bastion's family, but his mother's an interesting character, and I'll inform you perhaps Shattuck about it later for story purposes.
But yes.
But yeah.
I'm definitely not a green sapling like yourself. Yeah, I've been around a bit, and I remember a bit, and I've been living around here for most of my life, really. So.
If you're old enough to remember the river, remember the river incident, then you've been at this for more than 3 or so years.
Indeed.
Interesting. Very well, I trust you.
Good. Sidewinder, did you want to ask her any questions? Microphone.
Happened to Wolf the first time as well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was really going to ask basically the same question, but in a different way. So I don't really think I'm going to get a whole lot more out of that.
Well, in 3 or 4 years. She's been at it.
3 or 4 years. Okay.
Enough to be a vet at doing this sort of thing.
She looks at the both of you, sort of almost expecting more questions, but when none are forthcoming, she sort of prattles on. She starts prattling on about the mission. She uses several medical terms that, well, neither of you are particularly medicine men.
Every time she makes one, I go, what? Or when it's really confusing, I go, nani?
She looks at you and goes, what do you mean by nanny?
Oh, it's Japanese for what? I sometimes mix languages.
Ah, fair enough. I will note that. Yes. So, what we're out to get, we're getting mostly drugs, mostly different drugs, and syringes. We need as many syringes as we can possibly get.
And I'm presuming they need to be as sterile as possible.
All of the ones in the Royal Hospital will be sterile. They come in those little individual packets. As long as
so we have cases or packets or
there'll be a lot
containment devices.
Yeah. Basically, we need to be able to transport about three large boxes if we can possibly manage.
It's a good thing I bought this backpack then.
Indeed.
I was going to say, are we getting away on foot, or do we have transportation, or my PC's going to run out of battery? Give me a minute.
Get to the charger.
always the problem when you got a laptop, eh?
Go. You can do it.
This is why I'm desktop now. I have my 2 screens. Yeah. It is delightful. Also,
I've just got my single desktop with all these wires.
Yeah, no, mine's like wireless everything.
Yours is an all-in-one.
No, it is not. Although I really do need to get like, I kind of want another screen again. Even though I got like 3. Well, no, I got 2 plus a TV, which I think it must be about 10 years old. You back?
I'm back.
Awesome.
Crisis averted. Yeah, what were we?
So she looks to the both of you, and she goes, "Well, do either of you drive?"
I can only pilot planes.
That's a very specific skill set to have.
She does tilt her head in a sort of, well, that's just weird. And
Not the strangest thing you've seen, I'm sure.
No, definitely not the strangest. I remember seeing a ball of fire going past a shopping place a couple of weeks ago. That was pretty weird. Not entirely sure what happened to that guy. I mean, it was a nice purple car, and I was a bit sad for it. But yeah, we can either, if we can.
That does sound like it's quite dangerous.
Things burn around here a lot. We get quite a lot of burn patients in our facility. But if you
totally wouldn't know who that was.
Totally.
I was gonna say. I wonder.
It's definitely not a corrugated, melted piece of junk now in Sheruta's garage.
But yeah, she.
I mean, what?
So she turns to the both of you and goes, "Okay, so neither of you can drive, so we're gonna have to get away on foot. That shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. You look like, well, you got one of those suits on, so you should be fine. What about you, Sidewinder?"
Oh yeah, he has short legs.
Sorry?
Just if you need wheels, I can drive.
He can drive.
Have no transportation at the moment.
I'm sure we can acquire one.
We're gonna hotwire a car.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she leaves you slightly to the north. It's getting closer. She goes sort of past West Side, and she goes into the city section. And it's a little bit. Again, it's a little bit of a dodgy area, but actually you'd recognise this as the main shopping area, and it's a decent day. It's not too bad. You do see the police occasionally wandering around. That's quite normal to you, but West End Overground is a safe place.
Gotta keep a lookout for any shady folk. Potentially, if someone's if someone's walking behind us, or if anyone's going to be kind of watching us.
Yeah.
Or I'm also gonna make a perception check. So I'm gonna make 2 perception checks. One to see if anyone's watching or coming after us. So like muggers, thieves, so on and so forth. And the second one to see what kind of gangs we pass on the way there.
That's fair.
Because if I see another Moons person, I need to go talk to them.
Well, she as you're making your perception checks, also Sidewinder, feel free to make a perception check anytime you like.
I will make one now, because now seems like a good place to make a perception
check. Okay.
First one was for gangs, and the second one was for watching people.
Okay.
And I'm specifically looking out for the Moons gang members.
You see a Moon gang person It doesn't look like they're doing any gang work. It just looks like
Yeah. No, I'm.
around.
So I do. On the way there, I do quickly pull them aside and say, if Taurus is looking for work, give him my Metalink number. And I give him my Metalink number, and I nod, and I walk off.
The guy kind of does the sort of handshake move, like you gave him your contact number, and he sort of shakes your hand in a sort of very to take the piece of paper without anyone seeing it sort of manner. So you do see that gang member. That's cool. You see a picture of some sort of bird on his lapel, and he's wearing a black band, a band on his arm.
A black band?
A black band.
So he's pretty high up, isn't he?
You'd have to read it.
No, I do.
You can ask him if what that means, but
I go, what is your ranking?
I'll have to tell you about that later.
Understood.
So
Call me on my Metalink, then you'll know where to find me.
Yeah. He sort of waves you off and walks off. Nobody's paying attention to you. As far as anyone's concerned, you're a member of the public. Nobody cares. And
good.
You, Bulldozer, have the exact same feeling. Nobody cares about you guys.
Nobody cares about you.
Wow. That hurts me. Right here. That just. Excuse me. I need to go and cry for a bit. Despite the fact I'm in this bullet-riddled suit with blood on it.
That would probably earn you a few glances.
To be honest, and you both have been in London long enough to know these sort of things, but the Overground is a fairly safe place to wander as long as you have an armed escort.
Yeah, to be fair though, not only do we do look pretty decked out, we do not look like the most likely group of people. A small girl with colour-changing hair, a dwarf, and a man with red hair and a naginata strapped to his back.
True, but your perception checks made you think, oh, nobody cares. Also, people living in the Overground area have a wide mix of class, educational backgrounds.
I'm pretty sure not be one.
It's also got some fairly nefarious sort of areas. It's kind of like the dodgy places in big cities.
It's the place where you go to get drugs.
It's the place you go when you don't want people to know what you're doing. In a general sense of a lot of things. Although there is a lot of shopping here as well. So at the weekends you'll find a lot of police, which you do see quite a lot of armed police around. Generally.
Yeah.
And she's sort of chatting to you in a low fashion, going, all right, so we're acquiring we're getting our shopping near the British Museum. Basically, if we can get ourselves in there, I can have a look around. I can find the drugs that we're looking for. Hopefully, we can get out without even having to fire off a shot. To be honest, it's not too unusual to find to have people shooting here, but at the same time, I'd rather not.
It's not attention we want to attract.
No, definitely not.
Good. So as soon as we do reach that place, I am going into stealth.
Yeah. So make a stealth check.
Rolling now.
And Sidewinder, make a perception check to see whether you notice where Bastion has disappeared off to.
It's a net of 1. You begin sticking to the shadows.
He's gone. Bulldozer, Sidewinder, he is gone. I don't know where he's gone. He's somewhere. He's disappeared into the crowds.
Before I do disappear, I do go. I'll follow you from the shadows.
So there you go. You know he's somewhere, but you're not entirely sure where.
I turned to multicolour hair and was like, where the hell did he go? Just like he was there, and now he's not. This is crazy. My mind's just blown.
I do have fairly good stealth.
Oh, you've got 1 stealth.
No, I do have fairly good stealth, as in the amount of dice I can roll.
Oh yeah, definitely. And she's in a slightly disadvantaged position because she's a
Small
person in a large crowd. But
I know the feeling.
she sort of jumps like a kid trying to see the fireworks, and she just about sees a puff of red hair somewhere in the crowd, and she sort of nods.
The hair is bright red.
Yeah, she knows where you are.
Good.
But she sees that puff of red hair, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry. I think I saw him." And she carries on. At this point, you can either decide to, you guys can decide how you want to get into the building. Because
you said it's like some sort of market or something.
No, it's a warehouse. It's a much nicer warehouse than the average.
Okay. It's windows. How many stories?
It's a basic concrete building, a couple of stories tall. It's got a loading bay in the front. Iron shutters.
Do they look locked?
No, it's the middle of the day and they're loading up.
Oh, so we're literally stealing from these people. Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's not the middle of the day. No, sorry, I forgot the time.
It's coming towards evening, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's around.
Yeah.
Maybe 9:30 by the time you get across London. But no, they're not quite locked up yet. It's obviously that they're starting to lock up though.
Okay. So in which case, are we trying to just get in there and steal some stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So in which case, I'm gonna go with a perception check. Would I be able to see if they had like a specific back room, or would the loading bay be there? Like, are there any windows which lead into the loading bay?
There is some high windows, but there's none on the bottom floor.
Okay. So I could free run and get up there into the window.
Yes, but then again, you'd have to break yourself to do so.
Yeah, that's the problem. So I find the lowest window nearest to the thing, and I head into the building.
Okay,
giving a bit of a signal to Puffy. Echo. She said you said puff of hair earlier, so I immediately assumed she was called Puffy for some reason. But yeah, I give a small signal to Echo. Well, that's gonna be a nickname for her now and then. Because every time she gets angry, I can imagine her puffing up her cheeks. So
she's gonna murder you at some point.
Probably. Like, to be fair, I'm not surprised most people have who I've met. So someone's got to be the personality of the group. Jeez. So yeah, I head into the building, signaling to Echo where I've gone.
There is a nod, and make another stealth check.
Okay.
She, as Bulldozer is making a stealth check, she turns to the Sidewinder and goes, "How do you want to get in?"
3 hits, 1 minute.
Very well.
Well,
I'm going to make a visual check.
All guns blazing approach, but I feel that might not be suitable in this particular scenario.
And you've seen the police, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a perception check to see if I see the items we're looking for.
She sort of moves over into a side alley, sort of making sure that it's sort of abandoned before she does anything. And she sort of starts sort of focusing and sort of making symbols in the air with her hands before slapping the middle of your chest.
Middle of my chest.
So she sort of slaps her chest and she slaps your.
Well, I'm in the warehouse, so yes, your chest.
You look down and it's really weird. You can see the ground through your hands.
Where's my body gone?
You turn to look at Echo, but there's no echo. You hear this shh come from where she was. You feel like you may be invisible.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I am.
Net of 2, by the way, for my perception check of items.
And your stealth was a net of 2 as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
You had a near miss. Like you think that a guard. You're not sure. You saw a guard look your way, but it didn't seem to do anything.
But did he see me?
You don't know. You see, as I say, a guard sort of.
Thought he had something. So I do wait until he's left.
He's just by the door, basically. He's just sort of guarding the door.
Okay.
Trying to sort of determine what's going on.
Okay, so what kind of surface am I standing on right now?
It's concrete. Also, your pet.
No, I'm not speaking like surroundings, like boxes or.
It's shelves on shelves on shelves of boxes.
Okay, so I'm hidden behind a shelf, so he doesn't see me.
Yeah. With your perception check, you see most of the boxes are small brown boxes. There's a few white ones in the mix as well.
Any logos?
Mostly, there's a few from Doc Wagon, and there's a few from different other medical facilities. You get the feeling this is mostly used for medical care. Funnily enough.
So most of the stuff of this I can steal in the white boxes. Got it.
True. Including a giant of a box. It's a huge box.
That's gonna make too much noise.
You would not be able to move this box.
No. I wouldn't be able to even open it as well, because most of the stuff I'm going to begin opening and putting into my bag, but not yet. I'm gonna wait till the other two are in the building, and I've gotten a signal for Echo.
I'm just looking at the perception checks of these guards, and there is no way that that they are going to see Sidewinder and Echo. You can make another perception check to see if you can see them.
If I can see them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whether you can perceive them is more to the point. You don't see them, you get an impression that something might be there.
A net of 3.
You get an impression that something's there, but you don't see them. I think your mic cut out there. Yeah, Bastion's back is broken.
Hey, no, it's not. I get general locations of where they are. Like there's like a group of guards generally over there, generally over there, generally over there.
It's more that it's more like just because you're being super aware of the door, expecting people, your friends to come, your colleagues to come through there. It's only because you are noticing everything that you notice a slight shift in the dust particles. You know something's there.
That means somebody's walking.
You don't notice the ones on the... There's nothing on the floor per se, but it's just the air particles seem to move in a slightly different way. Maybe the air changed, maybe people walked.
Are there any boxes I can slot myself in between?
They're all on the shelf. I'm sure you could possibly slip...
Oh, no, I'm saying like, is it like a home base where I can just slot myself into different bits?
Yeah, it's a giant home base.
Yeah, so I'm going to slot myself in between some boxes to hide myself for now until the rest of them arrive.
Yeah. And Sidewinder, you are being led by the hand by an invisible girl.
That's
Must
not
be
something
love,
that happens very often.
Love, but...
You're gross.
Dude, she's like ages old.
Yeah, baby. She could be just messing.
Probably, it's like, come on. She's probably one of those characters who's like, I look really, really young, but I'm actually immortal.
I mean, she could be just messing with you.
I don't think she is.
You never judge intentions on her age.
Also, just because I ship, like, people, the only person I ship with a lot of people is Wolf, with everything.
To be honest,
No, Jean with everything, and Wolf with his gun.
you basically ship so much that you might as well be a docking port.
Hey. I ship so much that I look like I'm.
But yeah, so Sidewinder, you're being led by a little girl into a warehouse full of boxes, and there are guards around and alarms and such. She's whispering to you that we need to find the syringes. They have oddly enough syringes written on the box.
Wow, really? I'll,
Yeah.
good pro advice there. I'll keep it in mind.
She says that's that's the first objective.
Does he make a look? Does he look for where I am, or where? Does Echo look? Does anybody notice me basically?
Well,
I will make a perception check and see if
Because it's advisable to know where I am if I'm going to be helping you.
And she's gonna perception check you because that's generally a sensible thing to do.
Different environment.
Yeah, different environment. Also, she's trying to search for a person, so.
I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure I don't see him.
What was your net?
-1.
And how many dice did you roll?
9.
Actually got a net of 0.
Okay, so you didn't epically fail then. But you did fail. So yeah, you're just more baffled, and you sort of try to look around to try and find where that guy Bastion was. You're like, a guy with that red hair should be easy to find, but at the same time you're being dragged along by an invisible girl, and you're still trying to perceive where her hand is. You're like trying to perceive yourself, and it's a bit confusing.
In Bastion's head, he's just like dun 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 dun.
Pretty much, that is your brain.
Bastion is really dumb, by the way.
Un poco.
He only has an intelligence of 2.
There's a lot of things which Bastion is good at. Being smart is not necessarily one of them.
Being smart, like he's got 99 problems, but intelligence isn't one.
No, you had a net of 2, didn't you? For yourself.
For my stealth, yeah.
Yeah. So she's looking around, and again, just like you, she thinks she sees something, but at the same time she can't. You're hidden between 2 boxes. That might be a red ribbon, or it could be a piece of your hair. She's not sure.
You didn't see anything.
Neither did you. But yeah, she starts dragging Bulldozer Sidewinder to the boxes, going through them, and she's like, just keep an eye out with your lovely guns. And
Right.
she's trying to be and because she's trying to be quiet,
I roll the stealth.
Yeah, she's gonna have to roll stealth.
So should Sidewinder as well, if he's going to start doing anything.
Or sleight of hand, actually, is more appropriate for this.
I will also, now that my teammates are in the building, I'll appear, and I will begin looting one of the boxes quietly.
Are you also going to? How are you going to appear to avoid being seen by the guards?
Well, there's a lot of boxes here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would have merely positioned myself beside a box and crouched low enough to not be seen by any vantage points.
All right. So, yeah, she's getting through the box. She's trying to go through the boxes. To your ears, it sounds really loud.
To mine.
Yeah, well, to both of your ears, like.
Ooh.
It's a pretty quiet place. It sounds quite loud. She's really trying to be quiet, but there's a lot of bottles.
I'm gonna give it a shot as well.
There's a lot of bottles. There's a lot of things that make noise.
I'm gonna give it a shot as well. What checks do I need to make?
This one, I'm gonna say for you, it's sneaking is probably gonna be the best for you.
Yeah, because I have 11d6 on sneak.
Yeah.
On sneak.
I'm gonna say you're gonna be sneaking.
Super sneaky.
Unless you have palming. If you don't have palming, just go for sneaking.
Sounds like an incredibly inappropriate.
No, it's not that sort of palming. Rude. Bulldozer. Side. I keep recording you by your handle. Yeah. You know, there's this.
Net of one.
There's a short little girl. She's really trying to be quiet, but it's impossible to be quiet with these.
The box is too high.
That's also not helping. Your mic's still off.
I know.
Push.
I'm not going to be able to help if the box is too high, am I? So.
You're probably not very sneaky. What was I like when I was using the boxes? Got a net of 1.
You're slightly less noisy than she is.
But you can still hear the clicks and the locks are going.
Yeah, it's starting to get noticeable, and
Shit.
the guards start to sort of stop
I
talking.
quickly take what's needed, put it into my bag, and get between the boxes again.
Yeah. Do you even look at what the boxes are?
This is the medical box that one of the ones you showed me earlier.
So
I literally just pick up what I've been designated to pick up and just in the bag, back between the boxes. Close the box as well.
She's told you to look for anaphylaxin, which oddly.
Oh right, so I do check the labels quickly before putting it in my bag.
Yeah.
And if there's any painkillers, I take some of them as well.
Yeah, you find some basics of paracetamol, ibuprofen. That's still going in these days. It's still useful.
No anaphylaxin.
You do find one box of anaphylaxin, but it's a very small box of anaphylaxin.
Yeah, so I do quickly put that in my backpack if it's small enough to do so. This is a big tracker's backpack. No, it's not properly big, but it's big enough to carry probably 6 or 7 bottles of that stuff.
Yeah. She's told you to find as many of those boxes as possible, because it's an extreme need for their clinic. Sidewinder,
the first thing, yeah.
She's told you to go for this fluorinated Damn it! I'm just gonna have to go for the other name because dyslexia is happening today.
It's cool. Don't worry.
Transmulsifying petrifan. So transmulsifying.
It's a emulsifier. Oh. So it's basically the medicine version of a mixer. Okay.
It's a petrifan. It's also petrifan. So she's told you to go look for a box of petrifan.
Okay. You said that it was quite loud, going through the boxes. And it was starting to draw attention.
She's trying to pick up boxes, but there's obviously jars or something in them, and that's jingling around.
From my hiding spot, I'll take a quick perception check once you do whatever you need.
You can do another perception check to see if you can spot her.
Well, I was going to see, can I do a perception check to see if the guards are suspicious? Do we have suspicion?
I'm basically seeing if any of them were walking up directly to our aisle. So I'm looking between the cracks of the boxes and stuff.
I mean, it's a difficult.
I have my hood up to hide my red hair.
I mean, you're having a difficult time seeing between the boxes, but you don't see them any of them coming directly towards you.
Oh my god, you see nothing but.
You don't see anyone coming directly towards you, but you do see them starting to become a bit more
Look
active.
in this direction.
They're starting to walk about a bit. In a sort of, I'm sure there's probably it's probably just rats or cats or something. It's probably just animals. But
yeah, does my metalink make much of a noise?
Depends. Did you turn it to silent?
I did. I always have my phone on silent when I go on missions.
There you go. So it's on silent.
So I do quickly. Oh no, I can't do that because she might have a ringtone on or something. Oh no. No, okay, so I don't use it then.
You can try. You never know. Maybe
no, I know you're gonna do that, and then suddenly, beep, boop, boop,
no,
you have one message.
I would be sensible, and I would roll for it to see whether she remembered to do so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that chance because I know that thing always blows back in my face.
As a fact, did you actually get her metalink?
No. Oh, I didn't get any either of them. I'm used to having Warforged on my team who have both their meta links. No, I can't. I can't even do it.
No.
Oh.
This is why I gave you a chance to like ask questions.
This is why I asked if she was capable. Because she'd remembered to do this sort of thing. But evidently she's still just a kid. So I'm going to, I'm going to keep hiding. But I'm going to kind of do a quick hand signal like down.
So Bulldozer, yeah, you're still really kind of like you're still kind of baffled by the you've never had magic like this done on you before. It's kind of a bit weird.
What is this witchcraft?
You know
Is this
those
sorcery?
guards. You know they're somewhere. But at the same time, you're trying to look in like several directions at the moment, as well as sort of trying to work out your magic, how this magic is working.
It's a shame the Sidewinder is coming off as this incompetent on his debut.
Yeah, it's really not good. You're doing worse than Wolf did on his first.
On grunt and nearly got your asses kicked, so I don't feel too bad.
Well, what was that?
Like your first fight in the campaign.
Oh yeah, we didn't do too well, but it was mainly because of the fact that Wolf could knock somebody out instead of just shooting them. Like, my character's not built for combat, as you may well know. I'm built for, like, free running and agility missions. Like, you know, I'm built as a runner, literally as a shadow runner, not as someone who is built for combat or anything like that. Like, I can use my Naginata, but that's usually as a last resort.
She sort of turns to where she knows Sidewinder's next to her somewhere, and she whispers, "I'm going to need to drop this spell. You get yourself to hide somewhere."
The boxes. They are hiding in their metal boxes, so we shall take their metal boxes.
Okay. I will take cover. And I will also draw my pistol, because I have just a horrible feeling this is going to go horribly wrong.
So, make a sneaking test.
You're gonna be like one of those characters in Heavy Armor where it's just like ting ting ting.
I thought that was Wolf's
When that is Wolf's jump, when he's just like.
Yep, you do. You wonder whether there was, whether somebody caught you at one point, but actually, you seem to have dashed fast enough to hide behind a significantly large enough box to cover your position. And you see the spell. You see the sort of flesh color come back to your hands slowly.
It's like when a chameleon drops its disguise.
It's kind of nice being able to see
It's
where
okay,
your hand
Mum.
is.
I'm
now.
a real boy again.
It's nice seeing where your hand is.
I'm a real boy.
But more worryingly, you see Echo also appear. Before she quickly starts making more hand gestures and muttering under her breath. And she starts to levitate.
Oh no. That's totally not going to attract any attention. A floating small girl.
She's floating right next to the
So she can reach it, yeah.
Yeah. She's trying to get up high, is what she's trying to do. Thank God she's good at her spells. So, yep. She can definitely do.
This is already quite stressful. So I'm like, are you capable? And she's like, yeah, sure. Then she's really loud and starts floating.
Yeah, well, she's also doing really well on her magic rolls. But she's sort of floating up, trying to get quite high. She sort of gets up to like the fourth row of boxes, and she starts searching through those, doing her sneak.
At this point, do we know how many guards there are here, or is it just we've seen some and we know they are slightly suspicious?
Observe. Perceive.
Oh, just a two.
So this will be another test I fail. So
don't be so pessimistic, mate. It's because the glass isn't half full or half empty. The glass is there.
Bulldozer. That was pretty good.
I have my moments, few and far between as they may be.
Wait, I don't see it.
Yeah, you didn't see a damn thing.
I'm still hidden between the boxes though, so I'm happy.
You're in the middle of the box, and you sort of start looking at the boxes, and you're slightly bored because you're waiting.
Yeah,
for
do I notice any brand names? Like specific brand names which I'm trying to avoid?
No, these are all medical brand names as far as you're concerned.
Okay, thank God.
You're too busy. You're kind of trying to read. You almost try to read this box upside down because the label is just facing just the wrong way to you, and you'll try to work out what this is.
A
It seems to have X's in it.
C X.
Bulldozer, you do manage to count them from your strategic position. You count about a total of 10 guards, but they're very widely spread throughout the facility. 2 of them are on the entrance, 3 of them seem to be on the shop floor, so to speak, and you know that there's others either outside or around in the eaves or maybe on the second floor, just by the fact that you've seen different faces come in and out.
Now, here I was really hoping you'd say, yeah, there's 3 people. I was just like, okay, I reckon, between us, we can probably take 3 people. 10 on more.
If he sees me, then he can probably... did you say 10?
You do.
Yeah.
With that roll, you do finally see the ruffled red hair of Bastion.
Just under my hood, which is pulled up.
And you sort of see through over the top of boxes, where his position.
I'm like snuggled between like 2 very large boxes to give me full cover.
It kind of looks a bit awkward. Yeah.
It is really awkward.
Like he's kind of bent in a kind of weird angle to try and fit between these boxes.
I give him a little wave.
I raise a brow.
Considering I have no means apart from hand signals, which is
I raise a brow and mouth. I raise a brow and mouth. How many?
Yeah, and she did. Unfortunately, she didn't fail her. She didn't fail her roll this time. So you do notice that she's somehow managed to sort of stabilize the boxes somewhat. There's still a little bit of clinking.
She's like spidering on the boxes.
But somehow been levitating and her being able to sort of bob and a little bit with the bottles somehow is quietening their clinking. She's picking up a box and shoving things in her backpack. You suspect these might be the syringes she was after. And she is just grabbing handfuls. She kind of looks like a druggie right now, just with the amount of them that she's picked up.
Yeah, does she have like a bag or anything?
She's got a backpack.
Okay, good.
It kind of looks.
Does Sidewinder have any bags or backpacks or anything?
Well, this is where it gets a bit tricky, doesn't it? Because based off of what I would have taken on the last mission that I've come straight from, probably not really. So I've got some pockets. They might have holes in them from bullets.
So you have some
but I could carry small amounts of supplies.
Yeah. So basically, he has like a few bits for supplies, but mainly me and Echo are going to be the ones carrying things.
She does. In fact, she gets out and for some reason she seems to have a scalpel just on her person.
She's medical, so
yeah, it's kind of a weird thing just to have lying around, but she does it, and she just carefully opens a box, and she does produce several. You know, those sort of gifts you get from big major drug companies that are just got the label all over them.
Yeah, but it's like cardboard or something like that.
Yeah, it's either a piece of cardboard, or it's like a keychain, or it's a bag, or it's a squishy stress ball. She has found a whole load of sort of canvas canvas bags with one of the big names on it.
We could tie them to my backpack.
It's GlaxoSmithKline she's actually managed to find. They're still around in this day and age. But yeah, she's grabbed a couple of those bags and she's slung them over her shoulders, suspecting that she might need them. And she sort of looks down to Sidewinder to sort of point at one of the bags. She grabs an extra one. I am going to roll to see whether the guards perceive any of you guys. Do they see
I'm hidden
you?
between boxes, so it should be more difficult to see me.
I think, let's be fair, out of the three of us, the floating
girl might be a lot easier, but
she's about like 4 shelves up, so I'm seeing whether they actually.
Regardless, if they ever looked up, it would be very easy to see her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. So again, these guards they're not stupid. They seem to be aware of something happening. Okay. They're aware of something. They're not sure.
Would I be able to distract them by throwing? I have some of the bullets from my Natama Sporter. Would I be able to take one of the bullets out and throw it across the warehouse to another shelf to give us some time if they get too close?
You can definitely give it a go.
Okay, so I'm going to take one of the bullets out and I'm going to have it in my hand ready to throw as a distraction.
Alright. So for you, I am going to say it is...
Not throwing it yet.
Yeah, basically that would be throwing weapons for you.
Yeah, that's not too difficult. I'm pretty good with them.
But yeah, she sort of sees the guard sort of starting to walk up the alley that Bulldozer and she is down, and she sort of floats a little bit higher, and tries to sort of flatten herself towards one of the boxes. He just walks straight. He walks straight past Sidewinder. He does not notice you one iota.
I am simply a box.
We've done that thing many times. I'm now a run.
I am now a box. That is my job, to be a box.
Yep.
But yeah, she's obviously just sort of breathes out a sigh of relief while she's watching. And
before they were heroes.
Sorry about that. Yes, and she sort of decides how to proceed with this, because she's obviously knows there's a significant amount of guards around. And the guy walks on. You are safe for now.
Does he notice me?
No.
In an effort to try and solve the communication issue that is going to arise from having a whole group of people who can only communicate through sign.
Well, no, we have our inner mic thing, don't we? So we can still speak to each other. It's just the fact that I don't know what kind of radio interference they have here.
Well, can I hold up my comm link so Bastion can see it, and then sort of
with the guy who has just walked right past you? Are you sure?
Well. Alright, fine, no, I won't do
Probably
that.
wait till he goes to do that sort of thing. Again, it's not me, so it's not my character. What would your character do?
Well, I thought he had gone past. I thought that
was... he's gone past.
He's walked past you, but out of the corridor. But I'm whatever your character would do, your character's going to do.
I'll wait for him to leave this aisle then.
Bastion will probably do that, but that's because he's an idiot. But I'm still doing the bullet thing whenever if we ever need more time.
But yeah, so you are safe for now. So, are you going to go looking for for your assigned drug to try and heist?
Heist.
Well, I suppose that would be a sensible thing to do.
Make a perception check.
You've been the most difficult one, haven't you? I thought you'd do something like this.
No, I haven't. I've given Echo the hardest one because I'm horrible to myself more over you.
Oh, okay. But she's way more perceptive than I am, so.
You know the boxes around you are medical. You can see some that look like they could be the right ones, but you're not entirely sure. You could pick them up if you so wish. She sort of Echo, seeing that the guard has briefly disappeared, floats down and hands you one of the GlaxoSmithKline bags before floating back up again.
Okay.
So you can choose to pick them up or not.
Basically, I'm surrounded by boxes and I have no idea what's in them. I have no idea what I'm looking for.
Well, you know they're you know they're drugs. You know that they are. You've got try something on it. They might be the right thing. They could be completely the wrong thing. But you know, they're drugs. Money.
Okay.
Do it.
I will. Yeah, I'll open the box and take some of them.
Do it, Anakin. Do it.
So yeah, you just slip some of the boxes in there. There's little jars, but they seem to be sort of packed in threes of whatever they are. And the guards are going to make yet another perception check to see if they've noticed you guys. Make sneaking checks, guys.
Oh, yay!
Major is a ghost. Bastion's just... He's realising that there's a little flick of his red hair sticking out and he sticks it back in again.
I think Sidewinder is like a rhinoceros at the moment.
In comparison.
Yeah, did you roll?
Yeah, I think I got 0 net hits.
You haven't rolled yet. No, that was your last roll. You need to roll again, mate.
No, that was what I.
Oh, was that? Okay, so
you
got a net of. So you got a net.
No, you're fine. You're both fine because the guards for some reason, one of the guards trips up over this guarded box, and there's a massive clattering of bottles as this guard just trips up and royally face plants into the floor.
Does he get box buried?
Not quite. He's not. It didn't feel quite that bad, but he makes such a clattering noise, and the guards, they all sort of shoot towards his position.
Crap.
Which is sort of near the front of the near where the entrance was. But you now know where most of the guards are.
Nice.
Now, if only I had some grenades to hand.
If only.
I'm more of a... at this moment, I'm like sneaking like someone in Skyrim. And I'm expecting one of them to go, must be in my imagination. I'll get back to my post.
Of course, what ends up happening is actually Bastion just becomes that sneaky bastard who just steals the clothes off the guy's back.
Stolen. Clothes, helmet, sword, boots, spine, heart.
Just ends up being a walking skeleton, and he just doesn't notice.
It's one of those, like, if you've ever seen the video of them by Amazing Productions, or whoever else did it, credit to Heist. Basically, it gave he stole the person's spine, and the guy turned around. It's like, oh, and the guy's like, this is just blob. It's like, but it translates to wonderful day we're having.
You watch some.
He stole his spine.
You're an odd person, Bastion. You're an odd person. But,
Bastion watches a lot of old cartoons.
That is true. That is true. Bastion is a massive, massive nerd.
Yes.
You see Echo realize what's just happened, and you see this big grin come across her face, and she swoops across the shelves, using the noise to her advantage, to another area where she's sort of floating and looking at the boxes again.
Yeah.
And you almost see her again using the commotion of people chatting and going, "You alright, mate? Yeah, I'm fine. I just tripped over this feckin' box. Ah, you're so clumsy, so dumb." And you can see her just shuffling boxes, maybe a little bit faster than she would normally because.
Do any of them sound Japanese?
No, none of them sound Japanese. They're a bit Cockney, if anything.
Good. I was making sure, like, but Bastion is paranoid as heck about his family. Just a teensy bit. Just a bit.
But yeah. Do you go looking for more of the drug that you're assigned to, Bastion? Since you found one box.
Yes. Oh no. Once they've left, I do.
Yeah. So yeah.
Once they pick themselves up and walked off like the idiots, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're waiting, if you're doing a bit of a wait until things have gone quiet again, make another sneaking check.
Sneaker.
To see whether you can sneak out of this awkward position you've like sandwiched yourself between boxes.
That's an F0.
I'm going to roll to perceive you.
Dun,
dun, dun.
One of them sees me. Oh no.
You were unfortunately, just as you were sort of coming out.
My hood catches and my hair reveals.
I was actually thinking more your foot, because you're sort of trying to get yourself out between two boxes.
Yeah, well, like, I'm kind of pulling myself out this way because my head was a little bit sideways.
Yeah.
So like my hood would come off if it catches on a box.
The guy, he was just sort of wandering around, and then he saw this guy coming out of the boxes.
Hello.
He has spotted you.
Would you like to hear about the Lord and Savior?
Are you going to try and talk him down, or are you going to find him?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to try and talk him down. All right. So you're going to con him.
Etiquette, wouldn't it be?
Depends.
Con him. So how much do I have to roll for that again?
Are you going to try and pretend that you're somebody else, or are you going to?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend that I'm the overseer of this place.
Okay. You need to. Do you have? Now, question is, do you have impersonation?
No, Jordan would have that. Jordan's usually our face man, so I.
Yeah. I'm going to say con because you do not know who the guy is.
To con somebody, it is to act as someone else. I roll 7 dice.
Yeah. So go use your con dice.
I have really high.
Yeah, thank goodness for your cool resolve.
Guess man is loading. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 4 hits. No miss.
So.
I assume production is going well.
Yes, sir. What were you doing between the boxes, sir?
I believe I heard a rat somewhere.
Yes.
Do not worry. It is nothing. I am merely being paranoid.
There's usually rats around here, sir. That's
Oh, no, I believe I saw a particularly big one. I don't like rats. I'm sure you would understand.
Indeed. Have you checked
They can gnaw their way into anything.
Have you checked in with Daniels? Because we weren't informed that you were coming, sir.
I have not. Although sometimes I like to make a surprise visit to make sure you're all on your toes.
Very well. But really, sir, you shouldn't. You shouldn't walk around.
I'm aware of protocol.
He,
I'm sure I'll check in with the good fellow soon enough. Back to your post.
he's going to judge intentions on you,
Okay.
and you need to use your composure to go against.
So, can I use my cool resolve to get out of this?
You have to use your composure to get out of this.
Okay.
You're trying to hold. You're trying to hold.
Yeah.
Your
So,
stance.
composure, would that be the same thing as I rolled last time then?
Composure is that bit down the side of your chummer sheet, over the top of judge intentions.
You forget I can't load my drummer sheet because I don't have the same version.
Ah, of course, yes. So.
We've discussed.
Yes, I forget. So 7 dice for you.
So the same thing as I rolled last time. Okay.
Okay then, 7 dice.
No hits.
Oh, that's not gonna go well.
There's no fails of either, so not too bad.
You see his face. Something about your manner is not right, and he.
Is there a problem?
I think you should. I think you should come and check in now. It's making me nervous having people around here who. Even you, sir. We should get you checked.
Honestly, really?
Yes, absolutely, sir. It's procedure, and if you're here to inspect, then we must go by procedure. And he goes to lead you towards the front of the building.
How far is that away? How many guards are near us?
The guards have sort of all gone back to various
Oh
positions.
no, they're in their various locations. But I'm saying, is that like any on balconies and gantryways?
Well, there's no balconies, but you know there's a second story to the building. You know there's 10 guards scattered throughout the facility. You know there's at least 2 on the entrance.
We can take down 10. It's the fact that we'll be very bloody and broken afterwards. And this is one of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are there any particularly big gaps?
In the aisles.
Yes.
It's
in between the boxes.
Again, it's a bit like the.
I can stuff a body into.
Not particularly. You found it pretty difficult to.
Yeah, but if I could fit in there.
You could fit in there, but you.
I could like shove someone in, get in the box.
You could do it. You may not be the quietest person doing it, but you could do it.
Yeah.
Because shoving somebody else's body into an awkward position is different to shoving your own body into an awkward position.
Oh, I can do the bullet thing. So when he turns away to start leading me away, I'm going to immediately do the throw thing into another aisle.
Make your throwing weapons.
Okay, so that's going to be.
Throwing weapons.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Three hits. I throw it really far away. As it hits the surface, I go, "What is that?"
The guy picks up his radio and goes, "Jefferson, check out that noise."
Sounded like a bullet. Something metal.
There's a lot of metal around here, sir. Don't worry about it. It's probably just something falling from the second story. But sir, we need to.
You have things fall from the second story?
All the time. It's kind of normal. He starts to pick up.
Do you not secure the boxes we have here?
Place is a health and safety nightmare.
As Echo is still going and checking the boxes, I'm keeping his attention on me.
He's sort of trying to without touching you. He's sort of making moves for you to follow him. He goes, we're just the guards here. The other guys have got you got the cleaners, you got the maintenance.
Who do I speak to?
Well, as I say, you got Jefferson.
Obviously, I'm the manager. I should be informed of this whenever this sort of thing happens. This is preposterous.
Jefferson, he's head of the detail. You got Janie. Janie's head of maintenance. She would know. Just watch out for
Where is
wolves.
Janie's?
Janie will be somewhere on the. She might be off actually. She might be off on. Yeah. Ah. Yeah.
Then who is in charge of maintenance here?
Oh, she's in charge of maintenance.
I certainly hope Echo's going around and getting more boxes by now.
Yeah, Echo is definitely using it to the advantage. However, she is aware that there are still other guards swooping around.
Yeah.
She seems satisfied with what she's got in her bag, and her backpack
You want me
is
to be
rather.
so proud by how well I'm holding myself right now.
Her backpack is somewhat bulging now, and
Yeah.
the two side bags are also quite filled as well. She sort of looks over. She's trying to perceive where you are, and she obviously, due to the fact that you're in the open.
Standing right out in the open.
Yeah.
I've dropped stuff by this point.
She sort of sidles herself into one of the shelves, and obviously seems to drop her levitation spell as she sort of gets a little bit heavier. And she's going to focus and try and use another spell.
She's going to try and knock him out. Nice.
No. She's going to try. Oh, you'll see in a minute. Yeah, okay, yep, she's past him. Does she take any drain from that? She takes one. So she takes one point of strain. Yeah, so you see her sort of mentally focus. Well, you don't, but Sidewinder does see her mentally focus, and she reaches out towards both Bastion and the guard, and she mutters something under her breath. You see the guard. His stance seems to sort of change. He sort of seems to almost stop and look at. Honestly, yeah. I'm sorry, sir, about all this mess. I don't know what Janie was thinking when she was securing these boxes. I'll make sure to let her know. I'm sure. I'm sorry. Yes, I need to.
I would like to speak to the next head of maintenance, please. This is quite disappointing.
Sure, I can try and find Bill. Yeah, I'll go find Bill. Just wait here.
Understood. Okay. And whilst he's gone off and checking this, I'm going to look like I'm looking inside and checking boxes. But every time someone isn't looking, I'm putting something inside it.
Okay.
Into my backpack.
Are you trying to find the right thing again?
Yes.
Okay. See whether you can understand the scrawls on the boxes. And Sidewinder, do you try and find your
easy.
Do you try to work out which one? She sort of sees you looking a bit confused. Actually, she's going to have to. She's gonna have to levitate again because she's like 4 boxes up.
Yeah, I'm kind of at this point. I've silent microphoned Echo, and I'm saying, it seems that I have some sort of facade to keep up. Do not worry, I'll keep it up as best as I can. And that was my dice roll, by the way. Just so.
Nice. You know what you're looking for now. Now that you've sort of you're feeling a little bit more relaxed now. Now that
I've bluffed people.
You've bluffed something. You feel a bit more relaxed.
John would be so proud.
You see Echo sort of doing the same casting as she was again. She sort of lifts up, and she sort of comes out, and she starts to float down. Obviously, seeing that you, Sidewinder, were having a bit of a confusing time with the lingo, she writes it out for you on a piece of paper. The ones that you were looking for. So just make a strength perception check to see whether you can find the matching thing.
Would he get any plus to now that you've got information on it?
Well, the DC would be lower.
Okay.
you find a box. So yeah, now that you know exactly what you're looking for and how it's written, you find the boxes and you start shuffling them away. It's been about 5-10 minutes now since you entered the building, and the guards are starting to sort of get a bit agitated. They've obviously been on shift for quite a while. One of their guys has just suddenly walked off the upstairs and they're a bit like, what the heck?
I'm trying to find it hard to chuckle right now, just as me, not as Bastion, but it's just like Echo used a spell and he was like, "Oh, I'll get back to my post."
Jedi mind tricks. No.
Remind me to buy a drink if Echo's able to drink.
He was looking for.
Yeah.
Not the drones.
But yeah, you go. She settles down next to Sidewinder and she's like, "I think we've got everything. We should probably get out and find that Bastion."
Whilst Boyo is walking off, I immediately get up and sneak out the window with my backpack and stuff.
So you're gonna attempt to sneak up to the windows.
Sneak out the window I came through.
Okay.
It seemed to be relatively unguarded.
Yeah. So yeah, you go on and make either a sneaking test or a climbing test.
Because I don't currently have my camera sheet because of the new update or something like that. We need to find out how to update those, by the way.
We're gonna do all that. I'm gonna do all that.
Over Christmas, yeah.
But
Inform me how to do it sometime, though, because I probably will be running a Shadowrun campaign sometime.
Trust me, I'm gonna be doing
on streaming. Anyway,
But yeah, sneaking.
yes. So, which one am I best at, by the way? Because I don't have my camera sheet. So I have 11d6 on sneak, because it's an urban environment.
I'm gonna say sneaking is probably your best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See whether you can get through the window without like the guys noticing this guy going through the window. And
Full hit. No, mate.
in all honesty, they're probably not going to see you because
They're mystified by their friend going up the stairs.
Well, they would have to roll epically well to do so. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. Kind of like our acrobats get through the window like.
And Echo's going to roll to perceive you to see whether she actually notices you just jumping out of a window.
I do silent comm, and I do say, "We're out."
Who are you going to silent comm?
Echo.
Did you get her metalink or put her on your channel?
You said it was fine earlier. Like you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, in which case I'm not doing it. Can you silent comm across any range, by the way?
You would have to add them to your personal.
I do have Wolf and John on my metalink.
You do have them on your metalink, and they are on.
Oh, I do have Sheruta as well.
You do have them on your PAN, which is your sort of personal network.
So I'm going to comm Sheruta and then be like, "Be home for dinner."
She just sends you a winky emoji.
Smiley face. And I look very casual in the street, just like as I was just looking. Oh, nice warehouse, and just walk past.
She does not perceive you.
Yeah.
She notices that you're gone and assumes that you're okay because you're a sneaky bastard.
I kind of am.
Well, you're a sneaky bastard, so she
This is literally what my character's made for. I'm a hit and run character, so you know.
She floats down next to Sidewinder, and she sort of whispers to you, "Do you want to go invisible, or do you want to sneak out a different way? I've still got some ability to do it."
Well, invisibility would probably be the easiest way.
Very well.
Walk straight out the front door.
I might be a little bit distracted though, so you have your guns ready. And she focuses again, and she does her spells, her spell incantation, and she attempts to go invisible. Oh wait, I need to take the modifier. Ah, modifiers. 1, 2, 5. Yep. And the drain. This is why. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you see her wince a little bit, but she puts her hand on your chest, and you get that weird feeling again of not being able to see your hands, and a sudden missingness of a bright purple-haired girl next to you.
What is this sorcery? Oh, hang on, wait. We've done this before. Okay. It's fine.
Make a sneaking check as you try to get out the building. You sneak like a badass. Like this invisible stuff is like, yeah, I can do this. I'm small and invisible. Even better. A little Echo is not quite so sneaky as you, but she doesn't do too badly. You know she's there. She's sort of got an arm on a hand on your arm, so that she knows where you are. So she's a little bit awkward because she's trying to follow your lead out. But yeah, you're all out on the streets now. You managed to sneak away with the drugs. All you need to do now is get them across town to where Romeo is, with a bag stuffed to the brim with drugs and syringes. Have fun.
No, honestly, officer, there's a completely innocent explanation for all of this. I promise. Just give me a while to think of it. It'll be fine.
Wait, has Dwarf Boy been caught?
No, Dwarf Boy has not been caught. He snuck.
For a brief moment, I heard you saying perfect explanation. I was like, wait, what?
No, he sneaks off like a badass.
Like, that was a flawless victory.
For now. You still
For now, yeah, like that was a flawless sneaking mission. Like, I like that. That was good fun.
I was kind of expecting at least somebody to knock over something, there to be this enormous
I nearly got caught. If it weren't for like the bloody composure, I'm definitely your boss sort of thing.
Yeah, that was extraordinarily close.
Because Bastion would normally just go to be like, okay, time to knock people out, but he was like, I'm on a stealth mission. I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, good idea. But yeah, Bulldozer, does Sidewinder go to any particular part? Does he go into the alley where they originally were? Do you try to find Bastion?
It's quite obvious that I'm just with my heavy backpack, just leaning against like a nearby lamppost.
Yeah, I'll go and find Bastion.
Under the lamppost light, so it's quite easy to see me in like the orange sodium.
Echo for a brief moment goes, shall I drop it?
Keep it on until we're out of line of sight of the place we just robbed. Just in case anyone's.
See, I don't know they're walking away from the place, so I don't know what they are.
You do not see.
I'm going to make a perception check for Echo, though.
Go for it. You get a double tap on your shoulder. You get the impression that she probably nodded. As you walk towards where Bastion is, and Bastion, you do not see the purple-haired girl, or the dwarf, in fact.
Waiting like they better not have ditched me.
I just walk up beside him, just like, evening, Chuckles.
I'm having just been in a very high tension situation. I go and like throw a quick kick out with my taekwondo.
Make a reaction plus intuition test, Sidewinder.
Okay, that was a stupid thing to do.
It's a trend both me and Sheruta have. Anything scares us, we probably go to hit it.
I'm gonna say, unless you really want to actually attempt.
Yeah, I want to hit whatever's just sneaked up on me.
Okay, make a honestly, Teasel, why?
Nah, I don't hit.
So make a
I didn't hit him. I got like one miss, and that was it.
yeah.
Like,
So,
probably just went over his head because I was expecting someone of normal height.
yeah, you're expecting someone of normal height, and you're expecting somebody to be there.
Yeah,
And Bulldozer, you kind of expected something like
leg
this
goes
to
over your head.
happen, and so yeah, you just sort of ever so slightly sort of duck to the side, and you just hear a slight, like the quietest giggle beside you, and go, what is it with people and getting themselves buggered up? Anyway.
Visibility chuckles. Keep up. Come on, let's go. Can't be standing around here all night.
They reveal themselves yet? They're still invisible.
They're so invisible.
It's like, Nani?
You just you hear the slightest thing of don't react as you just feel like a hand.
Don't react. It's a bit late for that, isn't it?
Nani?
Or it's more of a don't react, and you just feel the lightest touch of a hand on your shoulder.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, it's me.
Okay, lead the way. Let's go. This is really freaky.
Yes.
Do you know how much tension that was in there?
Can I put my hand on his other arm? Just like, it's me too.
I throw him off. I'm like, just get off.
Meet at the train station.
Understood. Which one?
It's the closest one to you. It's fairly nearby. You can see it like pretty much a few hundred meters down the street.
I walk in. I begin walking there, but before I do, I say, "I'll be in the middle class."
Yeah.
And head in there.
Cool. She sort of whispers to Sidewinder and go, honestly, what is it with people just making people jump? It's such a bad idea. And she starts dragging you away.
I couldn't resist.
She starts dragging you away.
As you guys are talking, I whisper over my shoulder, "Sidewinder, you're an asshole."
You love me already.
So I'm gonna say that Bastion, make an etiquette roll to try and sort of fit in with the society. Try and make yourself look like you're a tourist, maybe.
A tourist with a bag full of drugs.
Well, no, looking like a tourist with a giant bag.
No, sir.
You're not really sure how.
I'm not suspicious at all. Ha ha ha!
And you didn't fail, but at the same time, you're not the most. And you just kind of.
I have red hair and a grey free running suit. Of course, I don't fit in.
Well, it's more like this is an area where actually not fitting in would fit in, but at the same time, you don't really know how to act because.
Yeah, Bastion's not very socially enhanced.
Well, that and also this is an area with lots of different cultures around, so it's kind of a bit difficult to know how to act in this area.
If there are any Moon Gang members, I do stick with them.
Make a perception check to see if there's any around.
Perception check, yeah.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna go for a minute.
Way more. Okay.
You do.
So -2.
I'm gonna say you do see a couple of Moon members. Different group.
I do. I sit nearby them because I know that at least because I owe a favor to their boss, that I'm still a valuable asset.
You see a couple of girls. And
I just sit nearby casually.
Yeah. They sort of look over their shoulder at you. One of the girls just sort of goes, in a sort of very, it's kind of plastic, the plastics from all of those chick flicks. Ugh. Rolls eyes. whilst one of the other girls is like, and you can almost see them having a conversation with their eyes as to what to make of you. I mean, you can judge intentions to see what they think of you.
Yeah, this is like Bastion's like, what are they doing? Bastion grown up in a very sheltered lifestyle.
And they're literally just having like a conversation with their faces. Oh yeah, you can read them pretty easily.
What are they doing?
I mean, it seems to be a debate of, it's that guy again. And the other girl's like, huh, he seems amusing. It seems to be one seems to find you amusing, and the other one seems to find you kind of irritating and a bit of a welt.
I muttered slightly. Really, I'm not that much of a burden. And began just like reading like a nearby newspaper. People leave newspapers on the tube all the time.
Oh yeah, no, are you on the tube now?
On the train thing, yeah, but even on trains, people like leave papers on seats that they don't use because they give them out for free at the train stations, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just waiting until Sidewinder is back.
So I presume they get to the train as well. Yeah.
And you're sort of waiting in the cafe, knowing that there's probably going to be some magic stuff that's going to have to happen.
Magic stuff.
And they're two very short people, so they might take a little bit longer getting there. So you sort of calculate.
Yeah, they have short legs.
Yeah, you sort of calculate.
They're not like Little Mouse. They're not really quick.
But so you sort of sat in this sort of railway cafe, attempting to look a bit touristy.
Near the moon.
Near the two gangers, and you see the sort of one who's a bit more serious. She just sort of leans over and goes, I never said anything about a burden.
What?
Don't be so
I didn't quite hear what you said. Sorry.
She goes. The other girl whispers. The serious girl whispers back at you. I never said anything about a burden. And you see,
a burden.
Yeah, and you see the other girl who seems to find you amusing, sort of slap on the arm, go, "Oh, Annie, don't be so stiff."
Like two grandmothers in a supermarket. Oh, Annie. I love this. This is brilliant.
The serious one turns back and goes, "Well, somebody has to look after you. You're too soft." And there's an exchange of sort of witty, flirty banter between the two.
I chuckle and go, adorable.
So are you, dear.
Nanny.
She just and the other girl just laughs, seeing Bastion getting awkward and goes, "See, that's why. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, Annie." Yeah.
I certainly hope my associates rise soon. And I cross my legs and just keep reading, flip the page, newspaper up.
So whilst Bastion is getting royally awkward,
bantering.
Sidewinder, you do get pulled into a side street, and she releases the.
Oh, yeah.
She releases the spell. You again feel the colour coming back to your skin, and you no longer blend into the background nearly so well. You do see this sort of slight bead of sweat forming on her brow.
Be a gentleman, wipe it off with a hanky.
She sort of seems a bit tired, but she sort of shakes it off and goes, "We better go."
The only hanky I'm going to have to hand is probably like blood stained.
Really bloody. So yeah, never mind.
I was like, no, I think.
You're like, never mind.
To not bother.
And she sees your slight look of concern. She goes, "It's nothing. It's fine. Let's go." And you head towards the train station, and right at this moment, Bastion, you're getting on the middle of the carriage, and you see Sidewinder and Echo appear. They get on the train surreptitiously on the other side of the carriage.
Yeah, I do say to the other two gangers, later perhaps.
I'm sure Taurus would be more than happy to have you at the bar again.
I'll make a note to visit there after the mission.
And as you walk away, you hear see a scurrier.
Hmm?
You hear from the serious one, see a scurrier.
Is that my nickname now? Scoria?
You don't know. You can ask.
I have a gang nickname, guys. This is like the rich kid getting a gang nickname.
But yeah, she just sort of waves you off.
Yeah.
Sidewinder, do you just go and sit next to Bastion? Do you try to keep separate from Bastion?
I say this is a London station. They're going to have those stands up with the free newspapers.
Yeah.
That you give out. I'll just pick up one of those as I go into the station and just take a seat on the train. I'll work on the principle that if Bastion wants to join us, he can do. If he wants to remain incognito.
I'm sitting nearby enough for a conversation, a surreptitious conversation, but not nearby enough to be considered an associate of you. So, like a couple of seats down, maybe.
You notice Echo goes from her very serious expression, trying to look professional, and she shifts it, and she shifts into a far more girly sort of stance. Her hair is
Typical white girl, basically.
Her hair is blue. It's still got a glittery nature to it, but it's now far less white than it was. And she sits next to Sidewinder, seemingly to try and be cutesy and little girly, next to Sidewinder. She's
all he needs is a mustache and a top hat, and he'll look exactly like the standard angry British gentleman. What do you say about it?
So as you're going along, the sort of things that you hear, it's, as a general rule, it's mostly quiet, because let's be honest, the British people are generally a quiet on the train sort of people, except for a couple of people on their phones obnoxiously talking loudly, because the underground now.
Hey, how'd the weekend go?
One of them is a little old lady talking to her grandson, and she's a little bit deaf, and she's sort of half shouted at
What, Sonny? No, I should get the washing machine, not the sink.
You said it should be this station, not Liverpool. Honestly, you need to get your navigation correct. It wasn't like that in my day. Get your navigation correct. Use an old-time map if you need to.
Back in my day.
This woman's probably about 90.
Yeah.
And
people try to assassinate her, and she's like, "Listen here, Sonny."
She'll whack you with her handbag. You know, she is that old lady from Madagascar.
Yeah.
And the other one you hear, more down sort of Sidewinder's end of the carriage, and you hear this sort of businessman, quite a well-built human gentleman, talking on the phone, going, "Oh, sorry I was late. It was honestly just the amount of just meta riffraff there is around here. Just
what did he say?
Meta riffraff.
Motherfucker.
Just honestly, you can't move for the nonsense."
I'm gonna walk up and place my bag near. By the way, Bastion hates racism with a passion. So I'm going to walk up and place my bag near Sidewinder. So it bumps against his leg, so he knows it's there. And I'm going to say, "Excuse me."
You do notice as you walk past, even though that Echo's trying to be called cutesy, her normally blue-purple hair, it's ginger.
Yeah, I do walk up to the guy, the businessman who said, "Met a riffraff." I go, "Excuse me."
Please continue. And he carries on talking to his phone.
I slap it out of his hand. I say, "Hey, I'm talking to you."
And yes, what do you want with me?
Mind your racist tone.
Mind your pride.
Matters
please.
are more significant than you businessmen would care to even bother. Pathetic.
I was about to think the same thing.
I pick up his phone and throw it into his lap. There, take your device and take your money. I suggest you get off at the next station.
He just sort of rolls his eyes. He doesn't respond to you.
Fucking racist. I leave as I go sit down. Take my bag back.
You do hear from the other end of the train sort of a snicker. And sort of whispering.
Bastion will cut you.
You do hear like this whispering in a little group down the other end.
I pay it on my mind and I take a seat.
Yeah. You can do a perception check to see whether you can hear what they're sort of trying to whisper, or.
And I check them out, see what they're like, if they're kids or not.
I do the same.
You're witnessing Bastion walk up to a businessman, and
I basically just lectured him and the fucking... I verbally gave him the smackdown and walked off again.
And the guy just didn't give a damn.
He didn't, but he probably doesn't get that very often. So, teaching him a lesson, basically.
At the other end, there's whispering, there's slight giggles. The words, you quickly assess who it was, and it's a group of sort of youngish
yeah, I'm don't bother with them.
Like, they're not teenagers, but they're sort of maybe the mid-20s.
Young enough to be idiots.
Young enough to be idiots, old enough to know better. And they're sort of chatting between themselves, and the words you hear is meta riffraff, and what a poncy.
So they're insulting that guy.
You think they're sort of looking between the two of you, and they seem to find the whole thing generally amusing, and
yeah, but they think the business guy's a bit of a ponce.
Yeah, Echo's hair is still somewhat ginger at the moment.
I go and take my seat, shake my head. Fine. Do not get Bastion angry. He is not a good person to get angry.
I am gonna make a roll so you can see, and
I'm making a roll to see if I can calm down.
Let's go see, just to see if anything else happens on the trip.
Yeah, I'm pretty calm right now.
So, it's not from the gentleman. The gentleman just sort of picks up his phone, and he goes back to his phone call, going, "Sorry, it's a." Yes, what are those? Yes, what are those? Anyway, and he carries on with his business call.
I'm tempted to crush his phone.
Like, he doesn't
really
say exactly
tempted.
what it was, but he just.
No, I know. I'm not that dumb.
And he just carries on with his thing. At sort of behind you, like, because you were going for the middle of the carriage, I'm guessing, ish. From behind you, next to the crowd of 20-year-olds, you would notice, just purely because you are quite angry and quite aware. And you would notice this too, Sidewinder, since you're facing sort of down that way. A gentleman with quite a lot of tattoos all over him, and he's just sort of standing, leaning against the sort of doorway, kind of just looking you guys over. He doesn't make any moves though.
I do bait him a little bit. Not like bait isn't in yet. Come find me. I chuckle and go, see something you like.
Maybe. You seem to have some outspokenness about you. This is both amusing and curious.
It wouldn't be if there were such a tolerance for meta-humans around here. Unfortunately, it seems the majority of this damned place seems rather outspoken against meta-humans. They deserve respect. They're still living beings.
Make a perception check.
Sure.
So the anger has really shook you up.
I believe what we would call woke.
Yeah. So you're
pretty
not
woke.
really seeing much for the trees.
Clearing all the red out my eyes. That's what I'm doing.
He's definitely a human, quite a bulky human.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be armed. He's
shit is the Yakuza.
and he's got tattoos literally just all over him, but you don't know.
What are his tattoos? Specifically animal-esque or?
Various. There's sort of a giant tiger up one arm. There's sort of tribal tattoos all down one.
Are there any dragons?
There's a dragon.
What color is it?
All his tattoos are black.
Okay, so that's fine. I'm good.
Um,
If it was yellow or red, I'd be worried. Because that would be the typical sign for a Yakuza member.
Yeah.
Although it'd usually be on his back, not on his arms.
You do see a patch, which has a it sort of has a human like body, like a body like this, white with a black figure on it, and two swords just crossed at the bottom.
Oh, he's a member of the Swords. Okay.
Maybe not the swords.
Or something like that, the blades or something. I don't know what it's called.
You don't know. you this is just what you are seeing from.
Yeah, Bastion wouldn't know this. He's just like some sort of gang member or something. I don't know. Don't care. He's too angry to care. He's too woke.
Well, watch yourself. Just
Always. They will not be silent.
seems not. The guy doesn't sit down. He just carries on, sort of leaning back against the door, sort of observing people. You do notice a few of the meta-humans in the carriage, sort of very subtly and very gradually, just sort of get up and move to the other end of the carriage.
Yeah.
Like,
so they don't attract attention.
Yeah. You notice the humans don't bother to move, but you do notice that anyone who was
They're moving away from the conflict. Yeah, it's expected.
Yeah. But you notice they didn't move away when you walked over to the guy, but they are moving now. By the way, Sidewinder, feel free to jump in at any moment you feel like.
Yeah.
Well,
I've taken my bag back from you, by the way.
if I do a perception check on this guy with all the tattoos, I'll do that. I don't know whether
He does seem a little bit shifty. Like, he seems a little bit sus. Although, he might be the reason that people are moving to the other end. I might think. I would think if I was playing a smarter character, but I'm not.
You do glean a little bit more. You don't know exactly which gang he is. You know he's part of one of the more radical gangs.
He's... Oh.
You know that this guy is definitely a bit more radical than he's letting on. And you know that people, even... You do notice that even the humans, whilst they are not moving away, seem a little bit uncomfortable.
He doesn't, He doesn't. What was it? He doesn't look like he's part of Forever Peace because that's not the symbol for Forever Peace. It's like the harmony sign.
Yeah, it's definitely not Forever Peace. You know that.
Does he look? With my knowledge of Forever Peace, does he look like a rival gang to Forever Peace? Being what they stand for.
What?
Well, your perception check, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna see whether you have any.
I don't have gangers knowledge.
No, you do
but
have radical groups. So roll 7 dice for your radical groups. And Echo is also going to roll her 9 in perception. Now that you've basically
it's just standard, no idea.
Yeah, you don't know this guy. You don't know his symbol.
I will, however, contact Forever Peace and tell him that those people are in the area.
Yeah. Echo, I mean, she still shifts a little bit.
Does she look uncomfortable?
She's holding her composure rather well.
Oh no, but I'm saying, is she doing it having to hold her composure rather well? To make herself look normal against a guy who would otherwise be scanning her?
Judge intentions.
Yeah.
She's definitely extremely... she's definitely looking without looking.
Yeah, she's completely neutral facing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell that she is definitely analysing this guy in her very dottery manner. It helped by the fact that she's got sort of glittery... The glitteriness is slightly more so, and her hair... her hair is still very ginger, and seems to be a little bit darker ginger, if anything.
So she's probably quite angry.
You don't know.
As Echo's sat next to me, can I sort of lean over to her as if I'm showing her something in this newspaper, and just does the painted man, is he familiar to you? Just sort of whisper that quietly to her.
She leans over. She sees your play, and she sort of goes to sort of read something in the newspaper, and she goes, well, I've met, there's this going on, and she sort of points to different words. You notice her pointing to different words in the.
She's coding it.
And you notice her writing with her finger. He's bad news. Radical. And you see her point to meta and no.
Oh, he's an anti-meta group person. But Bastion doesn't know this and is completely oblivious.
But yeah, and she just sort of looks up at you sweetly. Before sort of leaning on your arm, observing what's going on.
Yeah. I presume the train stops soon enough.
Yep.
And as it does, and we get off obviously when we get off.
Yeah.
And as I leave, I go, "See you around, I suppose," to the tattooed guy.
Yeah, definitely. If you're ever interested in a look-in, look for one with my symbol. And
Got it.
And
I've been offered work by so many people.
He still smiles.
It's like the opposite of real life.
You're still a bit grumpy. You're still a bit angry from the.
I'm grumpy. I'm grouchy right now.
Yeah, this guy seems a bit seems to be genuine as he walks off with a smile.
Okay. Is he walking off?
He's walking off the train, and you do notice people getting out of his way.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to when he's walked out of earshot. As I'm walking beside Sidewinder and Echo when we've gotten off the train, I say, "So, who is that man?"
Oh,
To Echo. because I don't trust Sidewinder's knowledge right now, because I've only just met him.
Um,
And he's not an affiliate of anyone I trust, so...
Basically, she doesn't say anything until you get out of the station. And fortunately, you're not too far away from Romeo's clinic either. So she walks you down. She's like, "Fucking bastard."
Something I should know about him, aside from the fact that he's a bastard.
We'll talk inside. And she drags you both into the clinic, into a back room, and an office. Before she drops her cutesy stance, and you see now that she is pissed. She doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Something.
No, I figured as much.
Something was not right.
If I had went ginger, I would have figured as much.
Yeah. Right. Yes. Sorry. Payment. Yes. Should we get
information about the fellow first?
Fine. Yes.
Please.
He's part of a group called Humans First.
So he's a racist then as well.
Racist, radical. He could be a racist, or he could be just a bit.
But he's working for a group that is with racist goals.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them.
Fuck. I thought I skipped that when I left the Yakuza.
Try moving to Ireland.
No, I've heard it's much worse there.
Actually, there's more elves. Elves have a bit more standing there.
Oh.
And there's a dragon. Don't mess with the dragon.
Oh.
Well, Wales, but Wales, Ireland. The dragon kind of hangs around there.
I must see this dragon sometime.
Pray that you do not. And
oh, is it evil?
It's a dragon.
I mean, we had the dragon back in Japan, but it was small. It was the house cat, but it was the dragon. I'm actually speaking about a very small miniature little dragon, kind of animatronic we had. Bastion doesn't know that it's not a real dragon because that was never revealed to him. It's like when you don't tell a kid that Santa's not real.
She sort of...
I mean, what? No, Santa's definitely real. Haha.
She sort of tilts her head, and she's like, "What is this guy?" She looks to Sidewinder.
If you're confused, don't ask.
Well, dragon, as in a guy or girl that can turn into a dragon, that can be as big as he likes, can mess your day up, can turn your luck, can mess with your magic, and can basically melt you with their look. You know that.
But this person is evil. He's a metahuman, right?
He's a dragon. He's different kettle of fish altogether.
And what does that mean? I'm not accustomed with that saying. Why would he be a kettle of fish?
She sort of recognizes. She goes, "You haven't been in England long, have you?"
I've been here a year. This isn't my first language either.
That's fair enough. She sort of nods and realizes that perhaps.
What's a kettle of fish? Why would you put fish in a kettle?
Why not? It's a turn of phrase. Like waiting for the blossom to make your move.
Oh, I see.
But anyway, dragons. As a Shadowrunner, both of you would recognize this one cardinal rule of Shadowrunning, which is do not make a deal with the dragon.
Oh, he's basically the devil.
She turns to you and goes, "Well, you know that phrase, don't make a deal with a dragon?"
Yes, I thought it was some sort of myth.
No, it's... have you ever heard of... well, there's certain companies around here that deal... Well, in other words, it's run by a dragon. And the dragon, he's called Lothware. A very famous dragon. I'm surprised you haven't come across him. He's one of the most well-known of his kind, anyway.
Would I know that the Yakuza revere him at all?
You can roll your knowledge of Yakuza.
The dragon is a huge symbol for them.
You can roll your knowledge of Yakuza. Did you roll?
So I'm just checking.
So yeah, you would know. You know of Lothware, and you know of Lothware in the business sense of Lothware, because Metsuhama do some trading with Sadacrup, which Sadacrup is owned and run by the Great Western Dragon Lothware. You know that he's a golden dragon. And you know that he prefers a metahuman form of a Caucasian human with long steel grey hair. He has golden eyes.
I know that he's probably an asshole because he deals with my family.
One other thing you know is that he is incredibly good at business. That is his good. That is why he is so good, and that is why you never make.
Would I have ever seen him in a business meeting? Because I do pass by him I would have walked around because they probably would have had good enough security detail to keep me away from that sort of area.
Oh, you definitely.
Because I was being technically groomed to be the next head of the Yakuza, not being right next to my dad the whole time.
I knew 100% would not have met him.
I didn't think so.
And frankly, Lothware would not be bothered to come over to Japan unless there was a...
Yeah, he would have set up a meeting elsewhere. He's more of a come to me sort of guy.
And he's more of a I can open a gateway to me sort of guy.
Basically, yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you'll have to come to me, but I'll set up something for you.
Yeah, and she explains this to you. She goes, when I say dragon, I mean huge dragon, as in...
When she says the name Lothware, I go, that one.
I didn't think you had such a negative opinion of him.
Let's just say he conducts business which I have no matter to be in. Now, matters of payment.
You never have a matter in dragon business.
Drop it. Matters of payment.
Her hair shifts slightly to ginger.
I'm not being rude. It's just something I don't want to talk about.
Fair enough. Anyway, yes, 1,000 yen, or was it the healthcare you wanted?
New yen. I doubt I'll be in too much trouble. I seem to avoid getting injured very much, unless it's saving some of my more gung-ho friends.
Always the case.
I have a dream bubble, a memory bubble of Wolf.
She passes you your cred stick. It's got 1,000 on it. And what about you, Sidewinder? How will you take your payment?
Sidewinder thinks for a moment, looks down at the bullet wound that was stitched.
Probably to buy a new suit.
It's just like, I think that's a no contest on that one.
Yeah.
I'll take the free medical care, please.
Oh right. Oh okay.
I'll put you down with Romeo. I'm good.
He's really better. Good. He's really good.
Well, he had the training.
As long as his hands aren't full, I would actually like to speak to him afterwards if he's around.
He's just doing rounds. If you want, if I can get him for you, if you want.
Merely wanted to thank him.
That's no problem. I guess you're as yeah. I'm glad.
You know about me. Let's not discuss medical history.
No, that's fine. I'm saying. I'm glad at least somebody is a bit more vocal on behalf of.
Look,
us.
I'm not trying to be rude about speaking to you or anybody here. It's just I have a lot of history that I'd rather not discuss.
I don't intend to go into history. It's not my job. I just wanted to thank you.
You're
And also tell you
welcome.
that Lothway is not actually that bad. And then, and then walks off to find. You suspect to find Romeo.
He's worse than she probably knows, but yeah.
I mean, he's the wealthiest individual on the earth.
Let's just say he doesn't. Nobody good deals with the Yakuza.
Well, the Yakuza are the Yakuza. But he's also...
They do a lot of beatdowns, a lot of shoot-ups, and a lot of assassination missions, is all I'm saying.
It's more like every business communicates with every business, so you would have...
No, but they generally focus more on that sort of side of things. That's why they have so many assassins.
True.
That's something I need to tell you about later, by the way.
You can discuss all this with me later.
Yeah.
But yeah, a few minutes later, you hear the chatting from outside the door. You suspect it's probably Romeo and Echo talking. She giving the down low.
Yeah.
And brings him into the office.
Yeah.
So heard you wanted to talk to me. Was it Bastion?
As long as you're not busy, yes.
My patients are asleep.
Understood. Then I'll be quiet as I can. I never got to thank you for when you saved me. I could have died.
It's my job, and...
Just know that the next job I do is free. Do not require payment. If you ever need a favor, I'm nearby.
You keep handing out favors, young man.
Just the one. Just the one. Don't get cocky.
He smiles. He seems to sort of try to read you. He's a much older gentleman.
Okay, I'm gonna put a bit of a face up.
Yeah, he's probably sort of somewhere in his 30s.
Yeah.
And she just and Echo just looks up at him and goes, "Don't make him all awkward. He's already an awkward fellow. A decent one. But yeah, watch out with your I can barely help it anyway, because you know I've got this. Yes, I know, you're basically like a Christmas tree. Shush you.
I chuckle at the back and forth. I go.
Yeah, she sort of just...
You know, I would have never taken you for someone who would have taken an apprentice.
He sort of looks down at Echo as if to sort of...
But I do see why.
He sort of... they sort of have a verbal, sort of non-verbal exchange to sort of permissions. And she goes, it's less about being an apprentice and more about being... We've got a long history. I had little better to do than follow dear Romeo around, and I learnt a few things whilst I was doing so, and he learnt a few things.
Then if I ever have the chance, I would be happy to learn from either of you. Lord knows we could use someone who knows more medical service.
I'm sure if you ever need a slight touch, and she
I have plenty to learn.
Sorry?
I have plenty to learn.
She sort of does a flick with her fingers, and you can see like a little dance of sparks.
Magicy.
Yeah. Romeo just rolls his eyes. He's like in a sort of show-off fashion.
Anyway, I believe we've both gotten that payment, and
Indeed.
I'm sure you have patience to watch over.
Indeed.
Sidewinder, let's go get a drink.
That's just what I was thinking.
Come back in 2 days. The kid will be fit to move.
Understood.
So yeah, Romeo and Echo sort of just indicate to the door.
Head out. Every time Bastion leaves somewhere, like towards the end of the mission, I always imagine him walking into the sunset with this kind of Mexican guitar playing. I don't know why. It's like.
Why Mexican?
Like the mariachi band.
I need to hear Echo going, well, I bet his story is nearly as interesting as ours. And I sort of laugh. And as she waves to Sidewinder as he leaves. And you both head out. It's quite late now. It's probably getting around 10:30, 11.
Yeah. So I do grab a quick drink and then head back to Sheruta and I say, "You have anywhere to be?"
To me.
Yes, you're literally the only one standing next to me right now.
Maybe you're talking to Sheruta.
She's not here right now. I'm not there yet.
Go back. Right. Okay.
I'm nearby my house with you after having a drink.
Nowhere at the moment.
You're hungry? Are you hungry?
I'm always hungry.
I indicate. Come on in. Sure, we can stuff something up. And I walk in with him. Like, knock on the door. Special delivery. One small dwarf.
Thanks.
I joke. I give a small. I give a bit of an impish grin.
For a brief second, you don't see Sheruta before she suddenly hangs down from the ceiling like a bat from one of the railings.
This is new.
You're back. Hi. It's nice to see you again. And
so, why?
I need to get something off one of my shelves. And she sort of she sort of flips off and lands directly in front of the two of you.
You've been learning.
Well, it's the best way to dismount. And shrugs as she walks over. Sidewinder, you now see this. What you see is this rather pretty young girl. She's got sort of a blue hair with a massive streak of it across her face.
Massive streak of purple. Like it's ridiculously large. Goes over nearly over one eye.
She's currently wearing two visors. In fact, she's got a visor across here with like lots of blinky lights, and she's got a pair of goggles on her forehead. Just imagine
someone put like a kick flicks into a visor.
Right. Okay.
And when you flip the goggles, it like flashes on and flashes off, and you can press a little button to get.
And she's got a sort of what you could imagine is steampunk outfit because she's obviously been working on something. And the base and probably the biggest feature of Sheruta is gigantic pipe wrench, which you completely missed previous to this, because you were kind of busy with a kid in your arms. But you just see this massive pipe wrench which she's just slung over her shoulder as she saunters quite purposefully towards the corner seats, and starts whipping up food. And with the smell of Japanese cuisine filling the air and removing the horrible oily smell that is a garage, we shall end tonight's session because it's rather late now. So thank you everyone for joining us.
It's earlier than usual.
I know. I'm trying to aim for 11.
Okay.
Because we keep on going into like 12, and everyone's like, "I'm so tired. I want to go to bed."
I'm not that bad. It's usually Wolf.
True, but he has a good reason.
Well, he does film school, so of course he does.
To be honest, normally I would as well, but hey, my job finished for the time being, so yay!
Yes.
I can do my own thing for a bit. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining us on the road to chaos. I'll shout out to Abby the Rat, who's been in chat for this entire stream.
Did you say Abby the Rat?
Abby the Rat. Probably.
Is it like anything like Obby the Rat?
No, Abby the Rat is an awesome YouTuber. You should go check her out at some point.
Oh, I thought it was a direct reference to Obby the Rat from Critical Role.
Nope. That would be also pretty cool, but yes.
No, they call him Obby the Rat. He's really small.
So hey, Abby. Nice to see you. Feel free to pop by anytime you like, and all you guys should also check her out because she's got a great singing voice.
Will do.
So everyone.
Sounds like a good idea.
So it's goodbye for Sidewinder.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on your first mission, Bulldozer, and goodbye from you, Bastion.
Johnny.
Nice having you, Major. And it's goodbye from me. This is going to be the last one for this year. We're taking a hiatus whilst we probably get quite tipsy, eat a lot of food.
Tipsy?
It's Christmas.
Wow, that's innocent.
Let's be honest, it's Christmas, I'm part Irish.
Eggnog. Enough said.
And I cuddle a small fluffy white dog as well over Christmas. So yes.
It's an adorable dog.
We shall be back in January. There will be one more episode going out at some point, which will be a little sneak peek for you. But anyway, goodbye everyone, and have fun on the road to chaos.